TJ Maxx.
I don't even know TJ Maxx had a theme song.
I mean,
incredible.
from the timeline I came from, they did. They do.
I believe it. I haven't seen commercials since like 2007. So
Do they still have them on TV?
commercials? I don't know. Who could say?
I guess you're right. If you don't watch TV, how would you know?
I
Let's Google. Google, tell us. If
know. Sometimes if you don't pay like premium for a subscription service, that it will.
Oh, like on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll make you watch some
Maybe one.
ads. So I've seen ads that way. TJ Maxx. That's pretty catchy.
Now I got TJ Maxx in my head. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We do this little love fest once a month, it seems like. Just for anybody who's new or curious, wants to know where they're going. Hi. We are using our beautiful StreamYard. Oh, wait. She's going to do a thing. She's going to Capricorn it. What did you just do?
Just muted.
Oh.
So when I go in and look at the video, it doesn't play our voices over top of our voices.
Oh.
Hi, Joanna.
It's Joanna. She just did some computer stuff. I watched. It was great.
Hey, so you were donating for this live, right? I just wanted to make sure.
Because if so, we're going to get in it. Also, we listed you.
Yeah.
God. So beautiful names.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here to do what are your spiritual gifts. As we all know, we can literally do anything, but it's what we're working on the moment of now. So if you're new, if you've been around for a while, if you're curious, if there's any specific direction, which is really great to see if there's something that you are interested in honing a particular skill on, which is always really fun. We could do that. We're going to get to it. Joanna, are you ready? We're going to do it. We're going to do it now. We're going to do it. We're going to do it now. I did chicken and rice. It gave me a lot of better.
Yeah. Say that chicken and rice.
Ready.
Did you good?
All right, Joanna, we're going to start with you. And then we'll go in order. I'm ready. I know. Yeah. So today I'm using Nancy Taylor Mitchell's cards, the Galactic Enchantments. They are not for sale at TJ Maxx. And then,
in case you're
wondering, not yet, only online. Visit Nancy's website. I guess we're also selling them on San Jose too. And then these beautiful LP oracles. So you get one. You'll get a lady too. Get a lady today. A lady. I know. I'm excited for your mom too. And of course, Lilita. Interesting. Yeah. We're also going to read from the book directly for the lady books, the oracle, because that's just how we're doing it. Do you think
ladies always have a nice, cute little
I know, they're so
story.
beautiful. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. All right. The oracle who is with you today, my beautiful sister, is Jocelyn, she who persists, perspective, defiant, persistent. This is so beautiful with the cards I pulled for you too. Everything that's coming in. Jocelyn, she who persists, wears a scarf on her head while baring her arms to the world. They're like, show her picture so you know what you're talking about. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. She will not be pigeonholed by society. She is on a quest to find herself in a way that makes sense in her own inner voice. Even though others around her try to get her to think a certain way or believe only one set of ideas, Jocelyn refuses to limit her perspective. Her goal in life is to live, so she is noticed for doing things she holds important. It is not an easy path, but Jocelyn will persist. She reminds you to take stock in your personal values and ask yourself what you are willing to do to defend them. Nothing comes easily when she who persists shows up. She challenges you to prove you are willing to put forth the effort for all things you believe in. Owning your own power can be frightening. Others may not stand beside you. Will you persist anyway? So the cards that are going along with this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I would also like me to read you the question. You guys get homework with this too. Here are the questions she would like you to review. What personal values are important to me? Am I prepared to face challenges? How can I own my own power? So I find this like so apropos with the cards that came through. This is really so much tied into using your voice in your own unique way as you do it. The adventure that you've been on this past year and a half, we're going on 2.5 years now. Sorry, time. 2.5 years has been one wild ride. And so it is so much now about really fine-tuning your intuition, persisting through that. You have an incredibly unique way of experiencing the world, and you also have this incredible ability to bring others along and be able to share that with them. And it is so much about trusting that inner authority, that inner being within. And I can't get this out of my head, so I'm just going to say it. They're really just saying it's like when listening to the trees when they sing to you and sing their song back. And just allowing, sing the song of water, sing the song of fire. And it really is just so much of that. There is this wandering wildness about you that just kind of exudes your being in that way. And those that are lucky enough to come into your aura have a very unique experience of being inspired to really take off in their own individual path. And you don't even really need to do anything for that. You simply just need to be you, right? Or choose to be you. But they're saying use your throat to hone your intuition, to start asking, really asking, and then going in and really allowing yourself to decide what is true and what is not true to you. It's a time to go in fully and completely. I know. It's really beautiful. Your insides are really beautiful. I love them. And to share your unique light with the world by just being you. So enjoy your homework.
All right. So for you, I've got the raccoon.
Ooh.
Don't give up.
Persist.
And I transform, the Scorpio card. So the raccoon is when this comes about, it's about a person who's extremely creative. And the cool thing about raccoons is they can kind of put on a mask and they can slip in and out of different kinds of social situations with different kinds of groups of social people. This is really, really good when you're an artist because you can kind of try on different hats. It's sort of like method acting in the acting world, right? And that's a really good thing. You can kind of step into somebody else's shoes as a creative person and really take on their being, their way of doing things. But the problem with this is that it can sometimes slip into the mask can kind of take over and allow you to not be vulnerable with others and allow you to sort of like hide your vulnerabilities a little bit. So usually an artist takes that vulnerability in it and they put it out there in their art, right? In their creativity, whatever they make and create. And so that is what you are mastering right now. Scorpios tend to go through a 3 process of mastering, and they master emotions by the time they're done with their journey. And I think that's why you've got this Don't Give Up card here, which is a, what is that, solar plexus color card. That's why you've got this here, because it's like you'll have these gut reactions of like when to be vulnerable and when not to be. And honestly, your gift right now for other people is understanding other people's vulnerabilities and not judging them, because you've been there. You've been able to slip into that place and that space. And so you have this a beautiful ability to not only hold people when they're most vulnerable, but to also help them create something from that. To take that instead of like sitting and being down, to take those emotions and create something with it. And so you can do that for yourself. You can do that with others. And that's what I see spirits really leading you to nurture right now, is that ability to not just keep things hidden, but to allow others to show them out to the world. Kind of that throat chakra thing again. But the throat is not always exactly our speaking voice. It can come in a lot of different types of voices. It can be through our hands. It can be through the music we make or whatever it is. Sometimes just through our brain. Sometimes you can send like creative energies and creative solutions to problems through that way. Everyone creates in this different, beautiful way. And so I think you have the ability to not only see how others create and how they can use that best, but also see how they can work through and move through their vulnerabilities and really embrace them for the beauties that they are, because our vulnerabilities are there because we had to have them to learn a lesson, right? It's something we hear over and over and over again, right? The reason why you are the way you are, why you have that shadow, why your inner child's this way, is because you needed to survive, right? That's what people always say, but it's really true. And it's really something that you have the ability to pinpoint and help others with. So
yeah,
hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that feels empowering, and go light up the world.
Yeah. No pressure. Do what you want, but it'd be super dope to see. Thanks, friend. We love you so much.
And then I think next we have your friend Deborah. So we'll go ahead.
She's not just a friend.
She's not just a friend?
A very special relationship. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I'm so excited.
Is Elizabeth the friend then? She must have read the PayPal wrong.
There's a PayPal?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not logged in, but yeah.
I know we're reading for her mom.
That Deb is her mom. That's what you're saying.
Right? I'm not crazy. I could be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Deb's a friend.
Deb's a friend. Vita's her mom, right?
Yeah.
I knew her mom was here. I was like, I know. I talked to her mom. And to Deb, too. Oh. Yeah. Deb's my friend. She's her mom in another life, too. I think I said that last time. I do this every time. I'm like, mom, friends. I'm at a point now where I'm like, what life are we in? I actually had to wake up this morning. It took me like 40 minutes to wake up.
Oh, really? One of those
Yeah, I was in
mornings.
another life. And they had to tell me, I was like, where am I? What's my name? Deb Concia. Oh, she's beautiful. She who whispers. She is the oracle of secrets, confessions, and confidant. Knows how to keep a secret. You won't pry anything from her lips. She is the quintessential vault who holds all the lies and the truths of the world. Her smoky quartz headdress helps remove negative energy. In fact, it is said to transform into positive energy. Yep. It is her role to hear all confidences of all who come to her. Concia, Latin for confidant, never judges. She simply listens. This card reveals that all of us have secrets. It may be time to release yours now if they have become a burden. If you are concerned about being judged, look into your own heart first for compassion. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our secrets are uniquely deep and dark. When we expose them to the light, we may discover others with the same fears. If someone has entrusted you with their secrets, honor their confidence. Here are your homework questions, because I know that's exactly what you're expecting today. What are my secrets? What would happen if I shared my secrets with others? And who can I trust with what I value most? So it's so interesting getting this, because there is you got the source star chakra card. So there is this ability to connect with source itself, and really bring into your being, right? Because you've got the crown chakra and the affirmation card, right? Okay. So what I'm hearing is for you, what I'm hearing for you is Akashic Records work. And not just Akashic Records though. Like, yes, Akashic Records, but maybe that's even more so into like, what is that you're showing me? You have the ability to download information directly from source that's very clear. So doing Akashic Records, I think you'll be able to get into places that other people have trouble getting into themselves, where they're looking for something specific. It's like you find another doorway or a pyramid. Archangel Michael wants to work with you if that's your jam. I think there are people that are contracted to come to you who will be needing, who are ready for their information, and that you'll be able to keep those secrets. It's kind of like Dolores Cannon, right? Like, she had all these books written in, thousands of notes, and they told her to wait. So she waited. Right? You have the same capacity to do that you've come here to help. This is what it feels like to me just as I'm going in. So please take what resonates. This is definitely your adventure and I'm really excited for it. But there's something about that in there. Akashic Records, past life, somewhere in there where you will have the ability to help them access the information they need that is very prevalent in the not just in their lives, but in other lives as well. That will be, they just keep saying the keeper of information, the keeper of keys, the keeper of information. I just think you have like a direct door where you can kind of like bypass the gatekeepers and like the keepers of knowledge, and like you can like, it's like you have your own library card. Like, you're just like, I'm going in and doing this, which is so great. And so I know it's big because the dogs are getting all feisty here with the energy. So I'm curious if you've been looking into that, maybe even starting with maybe like a self-hypnosis almost, to see like where you go. Okay. Michael's saying, if you just want to take the fast track, to go ahead and sit in meditation and to envision a golden and white lighted pyramid and ask for him to come take you through and to show you the way. Oh yeah, that's so great. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And to see where that takes you. I think you'll be getting a lot of affirmations from that. And it'll be, oh my goodness, are we okay?
Did you get scared, buddy? You got
scared. Like, it's so funny. So little and he thinks it's so big. So I really, this is what it speaks to me. I feel like you're going to expand like so much on this. So I don't want to take up too much of the spotlight in it, but like, I feel like there's something really important that someone is wanting to share and that you can help them access it. And it's really important for like the collective, not just the tribe, but the collective, that will help heal in a very physical manner. I don't know if you're going to like invent something or I don't know, but, Michael's really excited. So should that speak to you, it's in there. You'll never give up the information. You're like a lock and key. And that's such a beautiful thing in this world and so important because there's so many tender moments. And I think that's what it feels like to me. All right. Michael says, just call him. Just keep Michael cool.
All right. For you, I've got the golden egg, the third house messages, and you are safe and protected. So the golden egg is the heart chakra card, and what you are capable of doing you know, those people that are hyper logical that very rarely let their emotions help them make decisions. They're really stuck in the mind and logicking it out. And you have the ability to take that mind into the heart space. And you have the ability to allow them, like, they feel more comfortable with you doing that thing. And so because you are safe and protected, and they feel that. Have you heard of the formless ones before? We're having an upsurgence of formless ones coming in. They're coming here to learn all about the heart and emotions and all of those things. You're really going to be able to work with them and allow them to see their heart space and really understand it, not from a logical point. You're going to be able to hold them through that. I know when you say something like the formless ones, it sounds really like scary. It's not. They're just like a group of beings coming here to learn, right?
Sorry, mind-oriented.
They're just very, very mind-centered beings. And so a lot of times they will be less empathetic or less aware of what's going on. And they will tend to not really be able to access their higher self or their intuition in the way that those of us who try to balance out the heart and the mind can do. And it is, I do feel like you are extremely protected by Michael. You're really rooted into the angel network, which is what allows you to kind of slip in and out of the Akash, right? Slip in and out of different records or information, because if you see this little Egyptian tablet thing, I think it kind of will speak to you in a way.
I think you can.
The third house is all about communication. It's the Gemini house. It keeps an open mind. Geminis, instead of fearing, a lot of times will go into things curiously.
Right.
So instead of them looking at it and being like, that's different and weird, I don't like it, like a lot of people do, Geminis would be like, that's different and weird, I'm curious about that, I want to figure that out. So this is going to be a really important job in the future, as a lot of kids are coming that need to learn a lot of heart-centered lessons. So really, really beautiful work that I see you doing in the future.
I think the life you should ask to go see first is when you were Joanna's mom. I think that's a really important life. Says Michael. He's really on one.
Yeah.
He's excited. That's exciting.
He's very excited these days.
Oh, he's so happy. Keep us posted.
Yeah, I think it's going to come to you as you start working with these people. You're going to be like, oh, I see the paths, the avenues to get the head and the heart connected again for these people. And I think it's going to be really beautiful.
Joanna can help you with that too. There's something about us all coming and working together, right? So finding your circles as well to make sure that you've got a good, stable place and that you trust those to help you move too. It's beautiful work. Damn. I love when you unlock stuff like that. It's so dope. All right, now it's time for Mama.
Joanna's mom.
Yes. Ooh. I couldn't even get it out. By the way, the card we pulled for us was a Polish deity, which I thought was so perfect. Wow. So sweet. Yes, I know. Sorry, this is just so for us, for Sammy and I pulled Teraz, who is she who is present, and she's from Poland, which I think is so fun, but that's not who I pulled for you. But the page came up and I was like, yes. All right. Perpetua, she who aches, sadness, solitude, silent, and withdrawal. Perpetua, she who aches. Sorry, they're just going to have me lean right into your You epitomize the silent despair sometimes felt when you are separated from something or someone you love. In her heartache, Perpetua, good Lord, has chosen to withdraw in her garden, hushed with snow. In her hands is her journal where she pours out her pain. Her faithful magpie bears a gift but doesn't see it. The gold ring in his beak goes unnoticed, as do the sheets of paper she has cast aside. If only she would see the beauty around her, in the quiet trees, in the kindness of a friend, in her ability to create, then Perpetua might break through her own sorrow. She tries to cover her pain in layers of gorgeous fabric, but when she keeps herself from others, she remains the solitude of sadness. They're saying this part of the message does not apply to you. I'm sorry, guys. I had to cough.
How dare you?
I understand. Have you ever heard of a death doula? I think there's a calling for you to be a death doula. Are you getting that? Oh,
yeah.
I see that now.
Yeah.
It is like, so a death doula helps people transition. So, two really good death doulas are, death walkers, you can call them, I guess, because they're not officially doulas, but Lorna Marshall and Jared May, they both work very closely with the transitional period of that. The magpie in here jumped out at me, so that says maybe it's time for you to sit with Kaylee and have her do a deep dive, like really deep in there into the darkness, and to see what that is. And it's really like so much about you. There's something about your being that allows those who have trouble letting go and going will follow you into the light. There's something about that in there. So this is more of like, it is more of this magpie. It is more, I definitely think you should connect with Kaylin. She'll be able to get even more deep into. Sorry, hi, is that right on your face? I'm so sorry. You're good out there.
They've seen my face.
You're here. You're not there. You're here. Sorry, I'm having a moment. But this being you is where, like, in the quiet, in this moment of transition, you've got this heat within you, in your sacral, in your womb space, in your tandon, where you have the ability to unify the energy to help create the path. You have a natural understanding for divine timing. These are the 3 cards that are come up just so you can see them. So we've got divine timing, the sacral, and then, of course, unity in the middle. Okay. And so they're saying, like, it's almost like you have the innate codes within you to open the doorways and portals for others. And especially, like, if they're just having trouble, because you'll be able to see those on the other side when they come through the veil to greet them. And not only that, I think even more so, you have this ability to take people between the no thing and the something, in real space, in the physical time. So those that are meant to be there will be there, and those who are not meant to see will not. Wow. That is so cool. Hi. Okay, that feels good. They're like, yep, she's death doula. The end. Okay.
I immediately thought Jared when I pulled these cards and stepped into your energy. You've got that same very gentle, very sensitive, nurturing energy. So for you, I've got the gazelle, and then you pulled connecting with your roots. and then the air element of communication.
Mm.
So the gazelle is like this beautifully elegant beast, if you will. And it is like, it's elegant, it's beauty, and it's sophistication, but it's also like constantly hyper vigilant. It's constantly like walking on eggshells and checking its surroundings and seeing if anything's going to break and trying to fix it before it does, and all of those things. And the reason why they're bringing this up is because it's time to connect with your roots. Mm-hmm. Where does that walking on eggshells thing come from? Mm-hmm. Where does the desire to, like, it was a learned behavior that you had, that like you had to fix things and like keep things like harmonious and sophisticated and elegant and stuff, so that nothing else, nothing seemed like it was wrong. And the reason why this is coming up for you is because you're going to break this ancestral, this family karmic stuff that's going on here, this thing that's been passed from generation to generation. And the reason why you're doing that is because you're actually able to travel between the no thing and the some thing. The air is communication, it's intellect, but it's also really a sign of like flight and travel and movement on the wind, right? And so I would say that you're able to jump dimensionally. You're probably able to see dimensional beings, all of those kinds of things. Eventually, at least hear them now if you're not. Visited your mom at night. Yeah. Yep. So in your dreams, that stuff's probably already happening for you right now, because you're preparing to put to rest a deep family trauma, because you're learning how you do that so you can help others to do that before they pass on. And so when you're death dueling and clients come to you, your gift is going to be like that last push gift of getting this thing done, allowing them to put things to rest and to feel like they've completed some kind of journey that they're on, and that they leave this space better than how they found it. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of like, that's tough work. That is grueling, frustrating. It will start out rough. It'll move into, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be there for all of these big phases. But the thing is that you've spent so much of your life, helping people, I think, without even realizing that you're helping, correcting things without even realizing you were going around correcting them before they blew up. So you have this very innate ability already to see things before they happen and to be able to go in and fix them out. There was this interesting moment on our podcast with Tiffany recently where she said, the unfortunate thing that healers do is we see when problems are going to arise with our clients, and we try to like fix it for them before they bring it up to us. And that robs them of their chance to like stand up and say what's wrong. So that's kind of like a lesson that you're learning right now, how to let others trip and fall a little bit, and be able to get back up and move on, because that is what you'll be doing for people who are in the process of passing away, is being like, yeah, you made mistakes in your life, but what do you feel like you want to like resolve now? And you'll be a really good person for that. And then just like helping them move and be prepared for their next journey, which is after this life, where are they going next? So yeah, it's really beautiful, deep, dark, incredible, light bringing, all the things work.
I would definitely look into connecting with Kaylee, Jared, Lorna. Mm-hmm. Veronica, we're good. We totally have room.
Yeah, we have room.
Thank you for asking. And just see where that, maybe even just reading like Jared's blog or something, or, something along those lines.
Getting a runes reading from him, or an animal spirit one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That might not be a bad idea either. Kind of.
Really smart.
Jared has an interesting relationship with death, growing up in a funeral home, and it's sometimes just.
And a haunted house.
So, picking his brain about some of these things is really, really helpful.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We do offer this as a little session, a pre-recorded, where we kind of dive deeper, and there's practical steps, and there's all kinds of good stuff in there. So thank you all so much. We're just going to update the list so everyone knows where we're at. Next, we've got Allison Roberts, followed by Veronica, and then we still have a little bit of time. We'll see where we're at. My ride's coming around 8:30. I'm getting picked up.
My friend's getting picked up at my house. Her husband's coming to get her,
Yeah.
ruining our sleepover.
Yeah, so rude. So rude. We took the girls roller skating. Yeah, so kotoria naraki. Yeah, toro. All right, Miss Allison. Yeah, so kotoria naraki. I will. Okay. Okay. First and foremost, my friend, let me get to your beautiful Isra, she who dreams, escapes dreams fantasy. Isra, she who dreams, rests upon a rock under a rising full moon. A moonflower vine twines up her leg and around her arm to weave through her hair. The blooming flowers create a temporary tiara brought to life by the light of the moon. Isra dreams as the wind whisks her hair while leaves dance in the breeze. She knows how to escape the harshness of the so-called real world. Listening to music of the celestial choir, she closes her eyes. Her fantasy brings her contentment, so she takes time to drift into her dreams. This message brought by Isra is to honor your dreams. They allow you a sanctuary where you can occasionally disappear and give your doubts and worries as a much needed break. Let your soul be soothed by impractical fantasies and foolish notions every day. When you acknowledge the power of the mental escape, you begin to see which of your fears are real and which are unreal. You will also learn which of your fantasies are closer to reality than you thought. This insight is a gift of she who dreams. Here are your homework questions. What is my craziest dream? How can I make time to indulge in these dreams? When do I need to utilize this mental escape technique the most? Okay. You are at a crossroads right now. The next card that comes up is Simplify. Bless you. This crossroads, how you choose, is going to affect the rest of your life. And it not only affects yours, but others around you. Allowing yourself to go deep within is the key to success. For you to trust your inner soul, right? Your soul's voice. To not get caught up in the outside world, but to instead nourish your inner world. Your team is saying, and I say this all the time, you can always re-choose. All paths lead to home. And there's an important thing for you to know, that you are the co-creator of your world. And the depths that are being called to heal within you is where your gifts lie. The ability to go within and to work through that and to be there and to allow your own unique being to shine by your actions, not your words. Hi, Mark. Your team is asking you to sit down, and I agree with them. And normally I tell them to bugger off, but this is a very important crossroads that you're at, and what has been transpiring over time will affect your future lives and your children and your grandchildren. So it's really important for you to sit with yourself and to honor the beauty within and to step into your power and to put the mirror on you and see these things for as they are and to know that they do not have power over you. To allow yourself to sit and write and dream about what your life looks like when you are free. And the freedom, and this goes for all of us, we are the only ones who are in control of our life. No one else. How we react to each other is part of the game, right? Yeah. Michael says he'll stand with you in the crossroads. He will help you. There are many others who will. But what is going on right now, they won't leave me alone. Okay. What is going on right now in your life will affect the rest of your life based on how you behave and act. Is it you or is it not you? And so the you within is so beautiful, and you're this incredible healer. You have all of this within you. I mean, truly, I've seen it. I know it. Right? Your soul is beautiful. I mean, we share the same name. I mean, two names, right? And so, yeah, Michael says, I'll meet you at the crossroads. Come see me. That's some fun homework. Anyway, what you got?
So all of your cards are about expansion, momentum. There's this thing in Reiki that at least our teacher teaches, and now we teach to our students, where it's like you can become the metronome in a situation, right? And you are a stronger metronome than most. So I have a very similar problem to me. If I come into work and I'm like already in a crap mood or whatever, and I come in, then I notice like everyone around me will sort of start to shift to being like, you know, like they also aren't in it. But if I come into work and I'm like, oh my God, it's like everyone, we are very strong metronomes. That's very much your gift, is to be able to sway and change and move the direction of things, which is really, really beautiful. You've got some great cards here, like Jupiter Abundance, the horse is all about like momentum and freedom, and again, expansive energy with force behind it, kind of like the Chariot card in the regular tarot. The beaver is all about like hardworking, tireless, that kind of energy is what you're bringing to things. And so, but the thing is when that, I wouldn't be like surprised if you're a generator, manifesting generator type of person, because when we are tired, when we are frustrated, when we don't feel like our work is being appreciated and noticed, we just feel stuck in the mud, super pessimistic, really, really frustrated, worn out. We just feel like running away from things, and we feel a lot weaker. And it's really, really important for us to have that recognition. And something that I'm learning as a manifesting generator, and I am by no means perfect at it at all. I am just now learning that this is something I need to do, is how do I validate my own work and what I do? And you can do this pretty easily for other people. You can make and break, you know, certain social situations really easily. And so you already do this really beautifully for others. You go and you tell them how amazing they are and how great they are and how strong they are. And then you pump them up and you get them going and they're like a bullet train going ahead, right? But it's like, how do we do that for us? Like that's like the lesson to learn for people like you and I is like, how do we pump ourselves up and get ourselves going and put ourselves with the momentum forward, and like kind of like the horse with the blinders, right? Like kind of put the blinders up on either side and like, okay, I'm not going to look at, oh, you are. Okay, cool. So I'm glad that makes a lot of sense with the cards that I pulled for you that you're a manifesting generator. So it's kind of like the horse with the blinders on is what we need to do sometimes. And we can't turn and look at the negative things sometimes because it really sticks with us. And I think that's why you've got this try something new card here, because it's time to try a different strategy. That's what I'm going through right now myself, is now that I know I'm a manifesting generator, and now that I know when I get to a point of frustration, my initial reaction as a Capricorn also is to like immediately be pessimistic. And like my Gemini moon wants me to then start like giving the tea about other people because I hate my life and I want to like, you know what I mean? And I know that about myself. It's this very unfortunate thing that I do. And I'll catch myself in the middle of it sometimes and be like, womp, womp, womp. Because I am such a strong metronome. And then I notice that other people are kind of tumbling around that. So it's time to try a different strategy. I've tried gratitude journaling. That worked really well for me for a long time. I've tried like having my husband, I'll be like, hey, when I get into like a complaining spiral, can you kind of be like, you're in a complaining spiral, and just like point it out to me. Like, it's clear you're feeling frustrated right now. So I can at least notice that I'm stuck there. I really get stuck sometimes. Maybe you're not getting as stuck as me. I don't know. I don't know. But that's definitely something I struggle with. But your amazing gift that you have is when you back something or someone or a dream or an idea or a manifestation or a mantra, holy crap, does it expand? Like you can make things happen so quickly, so very quickly, and in a good or a bad way, right? Usually I feel like you use it for good, right? Like you use it as a gift, you use it as the way it's supposed to be. But I'm a Manny Gen too. So it's like sometimes we like trip and have to go back steps, and then we're mad. And then we're like, I can't believe these people chose to be so slow or whatever it is going on. Or I can't believe they didn't even notice how hard I work. Like I put hours into that and it's beautiful and it's perfect. And then they just blew it off, I'm struggling with all of that too. So I feel very simpatico with you there on that one. Like it's really hard, but man, your gift is definitely, if you support something, it just goes.
Yeah, it might behoove you to dive into more in the human design for you as a manifesting generator, how if you're a sacral response or emotional, or like what your profile is. And, maybe even if you feel like diving a little deep, you can always, me, I'm a 1-3 profile, y'all. I love to go. I want to experience it and I want to investigate all the way to the end. So please, we've got all the groups going and everything. So reach out, stay connected. Yeah. I love Manny Gens.
We're a lot, man.
I love Gens too.
We do all the things.
Thanks,
us Gens
Allison.
and Manny Gens. All right,
Miss Veronica.
Oh.
Yashano, Yashana, Yanuti. Yeah, I knew it was going to come up. They're like, why are you pulling cards? I was like, so I can do whatever I want. So good. I know. Let's give her one more just for fun. I know. We already know. Interesting. Oh, I love it so much. All right. Maputla. Ooh. New path, guide, renewal. She who guides. Let's look her up. Let's see what she's got to say directly to you. Maputla, she who guides, adorns herself in the palest of colors. Her name means pale in Tagalog. Even her hair shimmers in shades of silver, white, and gray. Oh, yeah. Blue ribbons match her eyes. This is you, by the way. Blue ribbons match her eyes, which gaze back at you. On her shoulder perches a small bird, perhaps a long-tailed cousin of the effervescent nuthatch who is known for leading the way headfirst down a tree. Bells dangle from Maputla's shoulder. Bells call us to so many things. She wears them as reminders of beginning notes of the day. She brings renewal as her gift. If you watch and listen, she may show you a new path to take. She is your guide who leads the way. Okay. Yeah. So this all. So what it says is this message of this card is to look for a new path. Stop for a moment to consider course correction. Listen for the sound of the bell in the song of a bird, the laugh of a child, or even the call to worship. Promise yourself you will take time for renewal. By honoring yourself with space and quiet, you'll be able to more easily recognize the guideposts you do need to follow. This moment is not for action. Okay, this makes so much sense with the cards. Even the nuthatch must pause for a moment to locate the next tree. Okay, here are your homework questions. In what ways am I open to guidance? Where am I heading and how do I change that? And 3, what can I do today to give myself space and quiet? Hi, you're the queen bee. You know this. You're the queen bee. Oh, good sleeps. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. I'm going to just throw up all the things that came to me. One, the jewelry thing is really important. What that actually does is help people through their ascension. I was also hearing those bells and birds to start adding them in the way that you are already doing it. There's something about your sight. So we're speaking directly with your sight within. So it's not remote viewing. It's almost like a clear sensing. You can see, oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so as a guide, you can see, oh my God. Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, I heard children laughing in meditation last night. Yeah. So in this, as you're creating, I think this is what it's telling me, is you're creating these custom pieces and maybe starting to push that a little bit, because within those custom pieces, you have the ability to see people's timelines and lessons and possibilities with your sight, because you are her, right? Like you are her. I don't even know where I put her. Where did I even put her? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. This is you, right? You've got the wisdom and the bells and the bird and everything, right? The beauty, the silver, all of that. In this work as you guide, it's all pieces. I almost think maybe you should, okay, what are you saying to me? I have no idea if this makes any sense at all to you, but it's like you start to make sets for people, right? Like a bracelet, a pendant, necklace, earrings, maybe even like something to drape over their head that they wear in ceremony, an anklet, and how as they go through their cycles in life, you are intentionally working with them like a guide, as a guide, and sitting and co-creating, picking out the stones, doing all of the energy work for them, the way that you're weaving all of the metal work in it, and you're seeing that, and so you're putting that in. So because the ascension card came up, right, but it came up upside down, and normally this doesn't matter at all, but it's to help people. They're saying it's to help. The way that you do that is that it's like when you make your rattles or your drums or any of that stuff, anything that you create with your hands, they're just like adoring jewelry, because in the time of Isis, when she was a boss and she came from Sirius with her crew, she was so powerful, and the ones that were born to come help heal at the temple were so powerful. They were adorned with silver and gold and jewels to help channel their energy, so they wouldn't kill people, right? Because they were so powerful. And that's what they're saying to me, that you understand how to work with the metals and the stones and the jewels, and how to commune with the teams and the energy, and how to put that in there and help people on their path. So it's like I don't know, maybe it's even like you're working through some kind of some kind of journal work or ceremony, or you do ceremonies, you work with ceremonies, or someone who does ceremonies, and you help, you provide like individual like pieces per ceremony. And so they have like the piece here and the pieces here, or the cuffs up here and the necklace. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Doreen.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm like in it now. I'm in it to win it, yo. It's in there. It's there. So chew on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sis was sojourning. Something like that, where you are creating the pieces, not just the rattle, not just what's used, but like that people are adorning themselves with. There's something about that that's like really super important. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry.
No,
I'm
don't be
actually
sorry.
really excited about it. Sorry. It's my new word I'm working on correcting. I hope that makes sense and helps. Yeah, seeing that those pieces, like they're all connected and working together. There's something about that. Levels of Reiki, maybe even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done. I'm going to think about this for 400 years. Thank you. I'm really excited.
All right, so you've got the fish, Leo, reinforcing that queen bee energy, and then connect with your roots.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a weird one where the advice is like, don't be going with the flow right now. Kind of be rooted in and planted and action oriented instead of like, so the fish is really, really good at like just kind of like being adaptable and changeable. And I'm not saying lose any of that part of you. That's what makes you really creative. Leo's there. Leo comes in with that creative, that leader type energy. And what I feel is that the jewelry pieces not only allow like people to kind of enhance or channel or direct their power, so to speak, their intuition. It also allows them to remember that they're connected to the earth, connected to humanity. Those metals, those crystals, those things, they come from the earth, right? And so even though you've got this higher intuition, this incredible ability, you can play in all the realms, right? It's like these pieces really keep you in the present moment of now, which is really, really important. I've met a lot of healers in my day who kind of just fly off into the stratosphere, right? When they start doing some work. And so I think that these pieces of jewelry can kind of do a little bit of the job of the anchor of the group and sort of be a better anchoring force as well as a way to direct some of that energy. But what are your gifts right now? Your gifts are really to lead. You are not going to, it's interesting. We were talking about this today. I feel like Leos go through three phases.
Yeah.
And they go through this phase of like drama, where everything's like, what was it when they're little?
Look at me.
Oh, the look at me phase when they're little,
Mm-hmm.
and they like want all the attention. And then they go through like well, I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to be the boss. Like, notice how good on top. It's kind of like a more mature look at me energy. And then they realize where strength really lies, and strength really lies in respecting others. On the strength card, you'll see the lamb and the lion laying down together. And the only reason why the lamb can do that is because it knows the lion respects it, right? And so what you learn as you become an elder Leo is that it's not really about leading as in like, I'm in charge in front in the top of the circle, telling everyone what to do, hear me roar. That's not really the lead. That's not what real leadership is. Real leadership is being able to like step back and notice the strengths and respect everyone for who they are and respect what everyone can contribute. And I think that's what you're able to do with the things that you create, is you really tap into what makes that person so uniquely them, what makes them strong. And then you're able to infuse that into the jewelry that you make, into the things that you create. So they're not only connected to the earth and connected to what their human body is connected to, and they're wearing that, but they're also able to like, it's kind of like a super suit almost.
That is accurate.
And in like a Marvel movie, right? You're able to create these like super suit pieces, if you will, and they'll be different for different people, you know, for different ability types, for different things people are working on. And I do think they'll evolve and change depending on the stage of life they're in, what ceremony they're going to, all of those things. And people might see that as like a silly thing sometimes, like, you know, that's the one thing about women's stuff, which jewelry is in the current society, is that they always try to downplay women's things, right? Like, oh, well, it's just something women like, jewelry, you know what I mean? And us women know the value of those metals, of those crystals, and what they do for us. So it's absolutely beautiful. You're definitely going to be a rock in the flow of things, and you are still adaptable, changeable. Obviously, a good leader has to be, right? A good leader doesn't just sit and go, the world has changed, but I'm going to keep drilling the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? But you're now moving into a phase where you can kind of stand still on your own. So
I'm really excited. So when you start this series, can you let me know?
Yeah, I want a super suit.
I have so many of your necklaces, and sometimes I sit there and I have to like speak to each one of them and be like, who am I wearing today? Like, and it's really interesting how they always sing to me, and like one will always sway a little bit, put that on. The person, who I'm doing work on, is like, that's the color I needed to see today, or oh my gosh, tell me about this, and like, what's this? And I just feel like the one that you made with has like it's a whale and a fish all in one with the blue. Oh my god. That one, people like from the grocery store across the aisle, they like come, they're like, what's that? And I was like, this is a piece my friend had made for me that my other friend made, and it's spectacular. It is. You see it.
We'll be walking around town, and people are like, that's beautiful. And they like want to touch it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's on my person, but that's fine.
Also, can you send me some more business cards? I'm out of them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like this thing here is so exciting. Okay.
Yeah. I want a little... Now I want a headpiece.
I want a headpiece, right?
Agreed.
Awesome.
All right.
So we got Bridget.
Bridget donated twice. Was that on purpose? Because I can refund you if not. For Bridget Butler. Oh. For Bridget. Okay. Bridget Bennett and Bridget Butler.
Libra B, Kathy B.
Both want one.
Cool. And then Jessica.
Yeah. Right. Is that Jessica Charles?
Yeah. And so that will close at that only because eventually my husband's coming to pick me up.
She has to leave. It's super rude.
So we do this as recording if you want to go deeper. And then we've got practical steps and all of that. And a time for follow-up. And we also do a pre-recorded version and a live version. And then we do this once a month too. Or we try to do it once a month. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't live in time anymore. Also, I'm a projector, so I like to be invited. Apparently, that's like a thing. So time does not always like to invite me. It's a wild ride. Okay, perfect. Yes, one for me, one for her. B&B.
All right, Bridget. So who are we doing first? Cappy or Libra?
Cappy B.
Okay. Cappy B.
Cappy B. Cappy B. Come on down, Cappy B.
It's like Philly mixed with baby talk. It's funny every time. Oh yeah, little Cappy B there. Oh, it's Philly mixed with Midwestern. Yeah. I see. You're just mixing your two flavors now.
Look at this.
Nice.
Cappy B. Oh, I love that.
Super suit. I can't get the super suit out of my mind.
Yappy B. So you also had Perpetua. I still have earmarked here. Here we go. She who aches, sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. Perpetua, she who aches. They don't want me to read it directly. So sorry. Do 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 do. What is the part you want me to tell her? Oh. Are you making friends with like a bird? Okay. Sorry, this is going to take me a minute. Okay. So this is you, right? Yeah, you're Al, I guess. Yeah, that would make sense. So what they're saying here is, so here are the questions. What is the root of this unhappiness? What have I done to begin to dispel my despair? What is one more thing I can do to feel better? What I'm hearing is through your wisdom of your travels, your current gift right now is creating a step-by-step, this sounds crazy, but I'm just going to say it, a step-by-step like program on how to get out of capitalism, how to follow your passion, I got the Starseed Awakening, so that's even more a Starseed Awakening. They said really more, the Starseed specifically for you is actually learning about the constellations themselves. I think that's somehow tied into maybe astrology or something along those lines. The Awakening is just having that knowledge there. The Unity card came through upside down, which I don't know why it normally doesn't have it. Now does, because this is how Nancy's cards work. People are feeling very disenchanted with this world, and through your wisdom and what you know is to really step forward. Ann Perry, we did a podcast with Ann Perry the other day, and she said, just do it. Just start it. It doesn't, what did she say exactly? What was her quote? Why can't I remember her quote? I'm like, do the thing.
It was like, don't rob people of your gifts.
Yeah.
Like by not doing the thing that you are meant to do, you are robbing people from your gifts, essentially.
It was super dope. So that's what I'm hearing. Using the wisdom that you have, stepping in, maybe it is going quiet and start dream weaving in that journal. I guess calling in that owl. There is so much into that. There's people listen to you, and you can help direct them. And also it is important for you to help give practical steps. I feel like you're going to have more to this.
Yeah, I see your gift right now as you are a spark of inspiration to those who are really caught up in this learned helplessness behavior. So I've got Pisces for you, I believe. The Firefly card that just flew on the floor. And then you are safe and protected. Thank you. Sorry about that.
I did it.
Firefly.
I helped you guys.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot of people. This is part of the problem with how we have society set up is we teach people how to be helpless, right? We teach people how to rely on a system or think like, oh, I could never do that, or it takes too much work, or how would I live, or how would I make money? You're one of the first sparks that when you come across people that makes them think like, oh, maybe I can follow my passions. Maybe I can look at the world differently. Maybe I can see things in a new way. And you also have that safe, protected energy about you, right? You're not threatening, you're not intimidating, and you have this air, as all of those Capricorns do, of like, I know I have my shit together, I know what I'm talking about, right? Whether we mean to or not, we just kind of like walk through life, sort of having that sort of thing. And so people are like, oh, she probably knows it. If she has her shit together and she knows what she's doing, then I can do my passions and have my shit together and know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I think that's really going to be the thing that you'll be developing with people. It's kind of similar to what I do, where I take people's dreams, their passions, what they want to do, and I break it down into small, simple steps, into steps that are easy for them to follow, that are easy for creative people to grasp onto. I can live in the organized chaos or create organized chaos for the people that are chaos. So you're going to be really good at doing you're basically like a dream consultant, essentially. where you will be taking their dreams and being like, okay, you want to do that dream? Here's some ways that we can blend your 3D and 5D realities together and make it kind of work. And you are very safe. You are a very safe space to do that in, and people immediately recognize that as a good place. So that's really the gift I feel for you right now, is just being able to connect with people who really want to dream. There's a lot of flowy creative energy with these cards. Pisces is very intuitive, obviously. Yeah, we've got to wake people out of that like victim mentality of like, I can't, it will never work, that whole thing. It's just not true.
We're limitless, y'all. We can do it. We can do it. I feel like I did this literally today with a person. There you go.
Yep. It just comes naturally to people like us. We just see the path for them. We're like, oh, you want to do that? Oh, here you go. Just do these 7 steps.
And it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Cappy B.
Cappy B.
Now we go to Libra B.
Libra B.
Libra B.
Can't find Libra B's most recent comment.
Libra B.
It's the laughing faces. Oh, it might be this.
Hi.
Yeah.
Libra B. Yeah, so estoy en la cara.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. How's those telepathy downloads and soul language downloads coming there, friend? My medical intuitiveness is off the charts today.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
Interesting.
Yes, soy una paraquitura. Zenith. She who prepares, formulate, strategize, devise. Which I think is amazing. Zenith, she who prepares, has donned her armor but still wears her cloak. She's not ready to launch into battle. For now, her goal is to seek the best path possible for her. Preparation must take precedence at this time. War seems to be inevitable to her as she gazes out. Marked as a leader by her headdress, she must also prove qualities as a strategist and a planner. Some may think she is made of stone, immovable, but they make a grave mistake. Zenith simply waits for the best time to make her move. Her headdress crowns her with the ability to see things clearly in black and white, while her heart is wrapped in passion and fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me read your homework questions. Oh, okay, you want me to keep reading the whole thing? So sorry. This message of this card is to lay plans for what you want. Getting your projects, schemes, and dreams down on paper will serve you well. With proper preparation, decisions will emerge from the black and white areas, revealing themselves as a clear yes or no. Do not let anyone rush you into anything right now, particularly yourself. Devote some time to formulating a framework for what you want to accomplish. Fill in the blanks with the steps and to-do lists, then do them. It is never a bad idea to include others in your strategizing sessions. Execution of your plans will be enriched by more than one input. Questions. What strategies have worked for me in the past? Have I made all necessary preparations for my endeavor? How can I lay plans now for my future self? So yeah. Probably should get this deck.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Great Mystery card in this deck, which I think is amazing. The world is your oyster. You can take any and all directions, right? So find your path. Follow your way. Allow every experience into your being. There's something with all of that, like that strategizing and all of that, and writing down and making a list of what you want to learn and experience. Wow.
I'm not surprised if you will go through a Kundalini awakening.
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it.
Yeah. Coming up.
It's happening through my body now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
Chills everywhere.
Yeah. Maybe get in a hot tub.
You always tell people to get in a hot tub. I was like, what you should do? Warm water.
Warm water. Yeah. It's just, what I'm hearing is enjoy the ride, and make a list of what you want, and maybe even not necessarily even the order, but and then go from there. I think holy cow. I definitely see you traveling too. And doing the work. Yeah, I mean, it's literally like your team is like, there are no limits. There are no expectations. You've come here to sample and enjoy everything, really, and to what brings you joy. So follow your joy. They're just like, yep. How do you like, what does this ascension looks like? How does it look? How, going to the places that are feeding your soul in that way, where you're feeling satisfied, at the end of the day, pushing the limits and the boundaries. I'm hearing like astral projection, astral, travel, lucid dreaming, Kundalini, maybe even getting to some Kundalini yoga, or learning about that. I have a great meditation book. If I romp around my house, I can let you borrow when I find it, for Kundalini meditation. You work when you dream, by the way. Yeah, so being awake dreaming, lucid dreaming, astral travel, astral projection. I could go on. I'm done.
So Veronica's job is to make the super suit. Your job is Avengers Assemble. Your job is to see others' gifts and to put them in partnership together. That makes sense. That creates an unstoppable force of like good fortune, going through any obstacle, just keep pushing those limits. So you've got the elephant. You've got the part of fortune, increase. You've got the 7th house of partners, which is the Libra house, not surprisingly, and then speak your truth. So, you know how they say, like at the end of a wedding, sometimes they'll say like, what God has joined together may never be parted. You know what I mean? That's kind of true for you, because what you are able to do is you're able to, in that Libra way, see these different parts of complex people and judge them fairly and see how it works together as a gift. Your gift is identifying others' gifts. And you know it innately. And there's a lot of still like, am I seeing that right? I should check with someone else and check their discernment, because I'm not really sure. I'm just too loving sometimes and I don't see all the things. stop doing that. Speak your truth. And if someone has a discernment or a piece to add to it, and then that feels true to you, great, fine, go with it. But you don't need to check in with other people, because your job is to see all the people and say, okay, you 5 need to be working in this realm together on this thing. You 2 need to be doing this thing over here, and you need to be doing this. You're literally the person that assembles the super team together and kind of like lets them know where their gifts and strengths are going to be. And when you do that, it is very, very auspicious for the thing happening. You're able to push past any limitations. You're able to move things. You'll be like, whoa, I didn't even know that we could do that kind of thing. And it'll just like happen and fall into place and just create a lot of fortune and good luck in its wake. So that is your gift right now, is just being able to, you do have clear seeing. You are capable of doing that. You are seeing what you think you're seeing. You do know what you think you know. If you're getting the message, you're getting the message, and you're getting that message for a reason, right? Because none of the rest of us will see it, hear it, and notice it the way that you do. That's why it's coming to you, and not us. And that's not necessarily a bad thing to like chat it out with somebody, but just know that your truth is the end all truth in this situation.
Dope. Guys, we're slaying it today. You guys are doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, these are really cool gifts. Everyone has this like the most uniquely cool like gifts and paths.
Yeah, I love it. We're here for it, man. I just love watching everyone find their way. Jessica! Thanks, everybody. Jessica! Can I scream that from now? Jessica!
I mean, you can. You sound like a Pokemon.
Jessica!
Exactly like that. Hello. The most anticlimactic response. Hello. Last reading. Ooh. Oh. They're really shuffling these cards up for you. And the exclamation points at it. I like it.
Helki Oracle. Okay. Amelie. She who questions. Amelie. Curiosity. Destiny. Search. Amelie, she who questions, welcomes you. She wears an assortment of vivid flowers and honors the many tendrils. Each one is a possibility, a chance, an unexpected happening. Her gift is to see which ones will open next. She who questions welcomes questions because she loves giving answers that lead to more questions. She is the sacred circle of the oracle. Do not be dismayed if your search seems to lead you to more questions. It is Amelie's preferred way. Amelie shows you that you have other paths in front of you. There are avenues you can take and you may not even see yet. Be ready for the unexpected signpost pointing you toward the completely different way. Destiny can sometimes be tricky because you may be pulling for the wrong shore. Stop for a moment in your seeking. Tap into your natural curiosity and question things. Even those people who have always seemed one way and only one way may have hidden depths. Your job is to re-examine what you thought truth was. Chances are good you will be given the opportunity to make some changes. Remember, the circle can become a spiral, so rather than leading you back to your own beginning. What? So rather than leading you? That sentence doesn't. Remember, the circle can become a spiral, so rather than leading you back to your own beginning, it may take you up or down. I just wasn't finished the sentence. Let me see. Your skill at questioning will help you find your way. Here are your homework questions. What am I searching for? What is the meaning of destiny to me? In what ways has my journey been a spiral? I think your remote viewing is about to get off the hook.
Mm.
I think it's gonna be your remote viewing galactic council shit. Elemental meetings in the earth. You got the source star chakra, which says that you are really, really connected to source directly. So there's very little work if you just allow it. By asking the why, you will be able to expand your sight. This is about being still, not going anywhere. Sitting in the center, concentrating. It's more than just remote viewing. It's like you can like speak there too. So you're not just watching, you're like participating. Oh. Giving voice. It's incredible. Stay curious. Allow it to go where it needs to go. Yeah. Before you travel, dive into your root. Also, this code for sight. Draw this whole piece. That will help you. You need to pause that. I'll take a picture for you and send it. Actually, I'll just take a picture right now and do that. Holy cow.
There's a lot happening here.
My part's complete.
So you pulled the eagle. It took, by the way, it took them forever to mix the cards up to get these two to pop out, the vulture. And then Aquarius, I know. And then ask for what you need. Okay. The eagle is in this deck associated with the sun. It's kind of like the all-pervading seer. The truth seeker. It can transform karma, burn away karma kind of thing. And then the vulture is, it's not afraid to get down in the muck. It's not afraid to roll up its sleeves and do the dirty work. It's not afraid to do what's necessary to recreate the balance that is necessary. Your gift right now is that you aren't afraid of the ugly. You aren't afraid of the difficult, the things that are rough. You are able to use that inner wisdom to really get down with people or in situations and kind of have that higher self wisdom for them. You are a wisdom keeper in a lot of ways. And that just is very supported with Aquarius. I think you're going and astral projecting to council meetings because, quite honestly, they don't know what to do and they need your help, your particular help on it. Because, like Aquarius, you know where this thing is heading. You know what the future is going to look like. Your higher self is kind of a badass. You are a badass too, but they're pulling in. They're making you remember a lot of parts of yourself, or they're going to start making you remember a lot of pieces and fractals and parts of yourself, because there is this massive amount of truth and massive amount of understanding of the future. The Aquarians are all about like wishes for the future and humanitarianism and taking care of the human population. And that is definitely the gift I'm feeling that you have. You are not the person that's going to judge someone else, right? You're also not the type of healer that's going to project yourself as like this perfect, got it all together. I know exactly what I need and what you need and blah, 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 right? And that's something that I admire about Allison a lot, is that she is not afraid to show her fault. And she's also not afraid when people have faults, right? She doesn't hold that against them. She doesn't judge them. She doesn't like make them feel like they're less than, or get scared or back away when things get too loud or too sad or too whatever, right? I can't do that. I get to a certain point where I get too wrapped up in it, and then it's not helpful anymore. But she's really able to hold those spaces and places for people. And I think it's because she does spend a lot of time asking for what she needs when she needs it now. And she has an advisory team that she goes to and talks to, so she fills up her own cup.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Your gift is bringing the truth, the enlightened truth, into reality when people need it the most, when people are at their most vulnerable. It's something that not everybody can do. So thank you for bravely doing that. And I know I rely heavily on people like you and Allison to do that for me. So
We teamwork.
yeah. Yeah. So appreciate you, Jessica. Always do. I don't know why I'm like tearing up a little bit about it, but
That's okay. Ilan beaucoup. We're gonna do it again. So we're gonna pick a date, and then we're gonna set the event up. So just keep an eye out for the events, and we'll post it and share it in the groups and stuff. I know, like, we get so many things. I just actually had to leave. Like, I was a part of 700 groups. I was like, oh my gosh,
woo!
my aquarium brain was like, I have a lot of interests, which is okay.
That's fine.
So we'll be doing this again. We also offer the pre-recorded version of this too, so you can get it. You just schedule the date, and we do it at that time, so you're just aware, and then it gets sent to you. We do offer it live,
So you can't miss the list because you can just buy the service.
Yeah,
and
you
get
can
it later.
just get the service whenever. Just pick the date, and then it comes. And then we try to do this. We try to do it as at least monthly. That's our aim. Who knows? It's getting crazy. We're about to get doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to be in Europe this year.
It's happening.
It's happening, you guys. So please be on the lookout. I have so many people, especially someone who shall not be named because she's like, don't talk about me because it's not going to happen. So anyway, I'm going to hug her kids. And then I'm also going to hug Kaylee and Lorna, our So if you're in any of those areas, I recommend showing up. We're going to be out. We're thinking about where else are we going to be? We're going to be all over the place. Indy,
Virginia, Indy, New York this year, possibly Canada. And then we're trying to do a whole bunch for our community here for the teens and kids in our community here.
Oh my God, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go live and talk about that another time. I think we're really excited about that, opening it up. And then we'll see what happens. So thank you so much for joining. We really, really appreciate it. Stay connected, stay close, ask for help, hide when you need to. It's always home here. So
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Ending broadcast.